Hey, good morning, everybody. I was trying to think of what I can do a video on, and I don't think I ever explained about my father's death. I mean, my father he had a heart attack and a stroke right after my mom died. So they overlapped. They both were sick together. Then my mom passed, and I was just taking care of my dad. And my dad, he came home with me, and he showed it behind. So I took him to the nursing home. So he's been in the nursing home probably since 2014, but he's been in good health. So he died May 12th. And I have a video where I interviewed my dad about the information and stuff about, so if he passed, I'll have all the information for the obituary and stuff. So we did an interview. It started 7 o'clock in the morning. I got a phone call, and my dad had just got kicked off of hospice. He was doing really good. They had just kicked him off of hospice because he was getting too healthy. He was gaining weight, so they kicked him off of hospice like 2 weeks prior to him dying. So he had 7 o'clock in the morning. I got a phone call. They said, "Hey, Yvonne, is your dad still on hospice?" I said, "No, he's not on hospice anymore." She said, "Okay, his sugar's a little high, and he was sweating and stuff." So they said it was his sugar. So, okay, so that's no emergency. You didn't know how to fix that, so everything was okay. Then about 10 o'clock, they called me and said, we're still trying to get your dad's sugar down. Never did they say, he looked like he's dying. They never said he was really, really sick. She said he was having some trouble breathing. I said, well, the last time that happened, he might have had a blood clot or something. You might want to check that out. They said, okay. The next phone call I got, I didn't even go up to the nursing home because this was an emergency situation she was telling me about. 1 o'clock, she calls me, tell me, "Oh, your dad just passed away." I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I thought you said you was going to call me if things turned to the worst. But then I had to just stop myself because I felt guilty because I didn't go up there when they first got the call. But it made it sound like it was nothing important, not an emergency, so I never went. So next thing I know, my dad passes. I'm like, this was so unexpected. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know how to feel. I mean, my mom, we were close after I had kids. Like, I had to learn to get along with my mom. My dad, it was love at first sight. I've always been a big daddy girl, and oh my God, this was the hardest ever. Hardest. Like, I love my dad. I was up there all the time seeing her, me and Todd, and, I miss him. I miss him dearly. I still can't even believe my father's gone. By him being in a nursing home, he wasn't home, so it's like I kind of think he's still there, but I know he's not. But it was just a shock, I'm still trying to get over it, and well, I'm not never going to get over it, but I'm going to have to go up to the burial site and see him because I haven't been up there to see him or my mom since since he passed. And the way they're set up is a military graveyard, so they're stacked on top of each other in the same grave like. So so when I go see one, you see the other. So my mom's down the bottom, my dad's on top. So I know I'm gonna vlog that because I vlogged the first time I went and saw my mom. My dad was a military man. He was in the Army. He was in the National Guards. So he retired from the National Guards. He was all about military. So I made his funeral a strictly military funeral. And they did taps and the 3-gun salute. And I had a representative from the National Guard at his funeral, like the guard over the casket and stuff. So I don't know if I have video, but I know I got pictures. I'm gonna try to insert in this video, or I just might make a separate video because this video is already 5 minutes long. I just never talked about it, and I said, well, that's the topic that I want to talk about because I go back and look at my own videos. I like looking at it, but my dad was my everything. I mean, my everything. My dad. Oh God, yeah. So I just wanted to share that because I didn't do a video on it. I thought I did, but I looked back and I didn't. So yeah. And I also got a lot of questions like, why was I laying on my dad like that? The reason was, like, I always laid my head on my dad's chest, and this would be the last time I would ever get to do it. So I was just laying my head in my dad's chest for the last time because I love my dad. And he was the Snapchat king. We used to do Snapchats every time we get there. He got a kick out of the filter, so I inserted some of the Snapchats that we did. But I miss my daddy. I want to give a special thanks to Minerva. I call her Lynn, my best friend. We were childhood friends. Our moms were best friends. Our dads were good friends. And she's been by my side with my mom's services. She worked at the funeral home, and she did my mom, and she also did my dad. She did an excellent job. My dad especially looked really good. I mean, really, really good. And I cannot thank her enough. And she do not know how much she really mean to me and what she meant to me during this times. And thank you, Lynn. Love you, girl. She made sure I had everything I needed. I wanted a guard. She look, she found me a guard. She went beyond her call of duty to make sure I had everything perfect for my dad's funeral. I wanted a certain song. The church was kind of iffy about it. She made sure it played at the perfect time, and she did an excellent job. Like, I cannot thank this girl enough. She did everything I needed to be done. She did. So she did. She did it.
Yeah. Bunny ears. See bunny ears? And then I got bunny ears.
Mm-hmm.
Now see my bunny ears. Let's look my bunny ears.
They shot a gun? Where?
Ma'am, on behalf of the President of the United States Army, and our grateful nation, please accept this flag as a symbol of our appreciation for your loved one's honorable and faithful service.